Hello everyone, welcome to Person TV. How are you all doing? Yeah, happy Sunday from this side. So, despite the fact that I was supposed to do this live, I kept having fluctuations with internet and whatnot due to the weather situation in my current location. Okay, so please pardon with me and we move, okay? So, today I want to be speaking about emotions. It's a very, very important topic. Emotions are virtually part of us. We live with our emotions, we grow with it, we learn how to control our emotions and whatnot. Okay, so emotions are is basically your feeling, how you feel. That's it. Okay, so most times people live their life based on emotion, which is very wrong. It's not bad to have that feeling, but don't allow the feeling to determine where your life is headed. It's just like putting the horse or the cat before the horse, okay? The horse has to be before the cat. Now you are in control. You should be in control of your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. Now, sometimes things happen for a reason, okay? You might be in a situation whereby something probably at that moment was just happening to redirect your focus. Now if you take that emotion and then use it to make a decision, like let me give you an example is maybe your working environment. You just got there, you're new to the environment, you're learning how it's being operated. Okay, now if something happens, probably we have people who are people who are very quiet, people who are very observant. We have the charismatic ones who go out, like the sanguines. Then we have the phlegmatic, those who are very in themselves, like they're actually calm. Now if you happen to be a sanguine and you go in an environment, something happens, now it's best for you not to you know take your decision or take action based on your emotion, based on the way you feel. Okay, now if something is going to happen to you and you're like, let me wait, that is the best. Sometimes when some things happen, there probably your boss spoke to you somehow or something happened, something you did not expect. Okay, now if you react out of anger or out of fear or something, you probably don't know what damage you've caused at that moment. Because the truth of the matter is, our emotions sometimes can be on the high and sometimes on the low. Myself, I'm a very good example. Anybody who knows me well knows that I have um this emotional swing. It happens often and on. But let me tell you the truth. I've been able to manage my emotions, and that's why I want to share with you how to really manage your emotions. Because if we make decisions based on how we feel at a certain time, we might make the wrong decision and it's going to affect us, because we're not talking of just today. We're talking of 10 years to come, we're talking of 20 years to come, we're talking of each of the impact it will leave. Some people have lost very good relationship because of emotions, okay? Because of the way they felt at that moment. And then you spoke out of anger or you said something out of, just without thinking, okay? That is not good for, it's not even good for even the well-being of a human being. Because truth be told, when you're angry, you need to just keep calm. First of all, you need to leave wherever environment you think you are at that moment. Whatever thing that tears that emotion in you, you need to leave there. Like calm it down first. Then you're able to think straight and think, just beware of yourself. Okay, now first of all, in order for you to control your emotion, you need to know yourself, you need to know who you are, you need to know what stirs you up, you need to know how probably react to something. Now We are all humans, for crying out loud. We are all humans. We have feelings, we have emotions, and whatnot. But it doesn't mean if our presidents and the world leaders are leading us based on emotion, I will tell you the truth, we will actually be worse than we are, okay? Because there are some certain decisions that if you make it out of emotions, you will do the wrong thing. Okay, so first of all, for you to be able to control your emotions, you need to know yourself. You need to know who you are. Second of all, you need to know your triggers. Okay. Now, somebody might, you know, make you happy. Like if you're the kind of person that loves receiving gifts or whatnot, and somebody brings a fantastic gift and you're so happy. Now, even when in your emotions of happiness, like it's been said that you should not make promises when you're happy, because you could make promises that at the end of the day you're not even able to fulfill. So just the summary of what I'm trying to say is learn how to control your emotions, especially the negative ones, because those are the ones that put us in the most trouble. When you're annoyed, when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're feeling a certain way and you can't even put it in a word, like an expression. It's good to cry. Some people actually think that emotion should be hidden. No, that emotion called crying should be voiced out. Like, it's good to cry. It's good to cry because when you cry it out, you feel relieved. When you lost a loved one, don't try to bottle it up. Cry. If you feel you need to cry, cry, because it will actually relieve you. It will actually help you. Okay? Now, but when you're doing something, like, don't do it like overdo. Don't OD it, okay? Just make sure that you do it on the normal, like normal, okay? Even if you're gonna cry, you shouldn't cry a whole day. Yes, you mourn a loved one who you lost, you bereave him, you pass through that moment, okay? Some people actually will mourn for days, but I feel at some moments you get to a point you're like, okay, it has happened. Now that emotion should pass so that you can move on, okay? The world won't stop just because you're feeling a certain way. The world won't stop. Now, if your decisions to marry was based on just the euphoria of love, okay, that's another example, probably make a mistake, because the truth be said, if you are not looking at your level of compatibility, both spiritually, physically, intellectually, and whatnot, okay, you need to actually weigh these things. It's not just based on love, okay? So, interesting. Due to I am a very emotional person. I'll call myself I'm emotionally intelligent, okay, but sometimes overly emotional, okay. So in situations whereby I'm like very happy, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy, I found a friend. I used to have this friend then. So because I was so happy that I had this friend, it was almost like I was losing my own self. You get? I was overly spending time. It was out of love, sincere love, but overly doing it, okay? Now, at the end of the day, when I discovered that the friendship was just one-sided, it really hurt me, because that was what was going on from the beginning. But because I was overly emotional about it, overhyped, by the time I had gone so far, like I was like, yes, I'm moving, and then I'm like, no, it cannot be one-sided. So emotions on a general note, you need to control it. Whether you're feeling happy, feeling sad, feeling a certain way, just control it, because you have the power to control it. You mustn't react to everything. You mustn't just burst out. You mustn't just, Don't react to everything. Yes, it can be controlled. It can be controlled. The greatest person, they said, is one who has conquered himself. The greatest man on earth is one who has conquered himself, who knows how to control his emotions, who knows how to control how he feels, and who doesn't live his life just based on how he feels. When he has a goal, he tells himself that I will achieve this goal, irrespective of how I feel. You probably woke up feeling this a certain way. You will not allow that yourself first. In order for you to be great in whatever sphere you are, career-wise, spiritual-wise, those who are at the top are people who have actually learned how to subdue themselves. If you understand that language, how to subdue themselves, how to subdue their flesh. So many people, due to emotional, will I say, imbalance, especially youths, some of them, out of the way they feel, you see them wasting their life. Yeah, who doesn't like to party? But it should be done on a moderate base, okay? You see a lot of people just, they are not using the gifts God gave them. Sometimes when you reason it, see, they say way the brain works. It is what you are programmed in your brain. That is how it will actually work for you. Anything you impute in is what will come out, okay? Garbage in, garbage out, okay? That's how the brain works. Now, if you have worked on your emotion, discipline yourself, tell yourself that I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make sure that irrespective of how I feel, tired, sleepy, angry, whatever, this is the goal I'm setting. And then you work towards it. You will be seeing that you are getting more results than when you let yourself just be and you work based on emotions. And who told you that your emotions are meant to control you? You are in charge of your emotion. You should be in charge. Emotion is just a part of you. It's just one little part of you, which if you control, you will see a lot of changes. Some people have lost friendship, important friendship. Some have even lost contracts just because they could not control their emotions. Some overreacted. Some spoke out of anger. Some even said some things out of fear. And for those who maybe on a very positive side, out of love, let me put it that way. In the Bible, Herod, because he was very happy, he promised up to half of his kingdom. And what happened? Because of his emotions were controlling him. Now the daughter, who was a puppet of the mother, who actually was in love of the brother's, how will I put it? She's actually married to him. So there was a form of, let me say, it was not acceptable. Now because John was preaching against it, she said, I need the head of John on a platter of gold. Now tell me, what human being does that, if not someone who allows emotions to control? Even Jesus himself had emotions, but he never walked by emotions. The moment you start allowing your emotions to control you, you will begin to make a lot of mistakes. The moment you allow your emotions, even in business, we put emotions aside, strictly business. We put feelings aside. In terms of, even when it's your family member, we put it aside, okay? It's strictly business. That's what they tell you. The white man will tell you. Okay, so anyone who allows emotions to control will not have the best of the best, because truth be said, sometimes our emotions are crappy. Truth be said, when the child wants to throw tantrum for the mom, it's emotion. Self-pity, the child wants you to give him all the attention, looking for your pity, and start throwing tantrums. Those are emotions. Now, if an adult does not grow up from that, continues living in that emotional up and down. Seriously, where is he headed to? That's the question I will ask. Where is he headed to? Okay, so with that being said, you should just learn how to control your emotion. Learn how to control your emotions. Every day, tell yourself, I'm going to be better at it. I'm a better human being. I don't walk by how I feel. Even the Bible says we walk by faith and not by sight. Tell yourself, I don't walk by how I feel. Irrespective of how I feel, I will get my goal. I will get to my promised land. Okay? So emotions sometimes can even set us back. Emotions sometimes can take us to square one. Okay? So you need to deal with your emotions. No matter what, deal with it. Work on yourself. Okay? Keep working on yourself. Keep striving yourself. If you need counseling, probably that emotion is coming from a place of bitterness, go and get counseling. Go and get help. All the help that you need. Because your life should not be based on how you feel. That's what I want to say today. Your life should not be based on how you feel. You shouldn't be living your life based on how you feel. And if something is not good for you, your emotions might not filter it. We should have this emotional filter. Sometimes so many people fall prey of all these fraudulent people because of emotions. You should always have this emotional filter where you filter everything before it even settles in your spirit. You filtered it. Okay? That way you get better and better and better and better, and things will no longer get to you. And even when you're happy, you control yourself. You don't make promises that you can't fulfill. You don't do things out of emotion, like without thinking. Actually, living an intentional life, you have to think. It's a thought process. You have to put in the work. You have to think. So, at the end of this whole thing, I hope you're able to gain one thing. And you shouldn't live your life based on emotion. It shouldn't be based on emotion. Now, when you have emotions, it's good to express it, but do it on a moderate level and make sure that you get better and better and better at mastering yourself. And it doesn't mean that you should hide your feelings. It doesn't mean that you should hide it. Just better at expressing it and not letting it control you, and not letting it be the determinant factor of how your life should be. Okay? So with that being said, I have to go now. Love you. Bye for now.